Tonight on NewsWatch 12 at 6, new details are emerging on the missing 5-year-old boy out of Coos County. Those details coming up. And a 150-year-old mill that's been burned and restored is giving back to the community. Those details are coming up as well. Plus, the annual Abundance Swap drew hundreds to the historic Ashland Armory for a little bit of holiday cheer. We'll have those stories and more right now on NewsWatch 12 at 6.
Live, local, late breaking. This is NewsWatch 12 at 6.
We start off the show with an update on the 5-year-old boy who disappeared from his Coos County home and was found dead in the woods. Thank you for joining us for NewsWatch 12 at 6. I'm Rocky Walker. The Coos County Sheriff's Office announcing Friday that Joshua McCoy died from hypothermia. They say elements of the autopsy are still being analyzed and a final report is not yet issued. The Sheriff's Office also says that after reviewing digital evidence and property seized during the investigation, they're led to reasonably believe that Joshua walked away from his mother's home while she was sleeping. Joshua was found deceased on November 12th, just about 2 miles from his mother's home. He was reported missing on November 9th. This investigation is still ongoing. More details on Joshua's case are on our website, kdrv.com. In continuing coverage, an elderly woman with dementia was able to survive an estimated 5 days out in the forest near the community of Lowell. Search and rescue officials say it was a miracle to find her alive. Noah Chavez shows us just how weather conditions made the multi-agency search more difficult.
Standing along that roadway where that missing elderly woman from Bend ended up getting lost. As you can see, thick and dense forest conditions just like this made it extremely difficult to try and find her.
Her location last put her in the Lowell area.
It was an urgent search in the service roads around the community of Lowell. An estimated 12 agencies, including local law enforcement and search and rescue teams, jumping in to find 76-year-old Cheryl Lee Gerardo. Even the FBI and the U.S. Coast Guard helped in any way. However, trying to find her would be a challenge because of the early December weather.
Yeah, so weather and the night times were freezing. Temperatures were in the freezing. We encountered ice and a lot of fog. Fog was one of the most difficult weather aspects.
I think the longer somebody is missing, the higher the sense of urgency to try to find them, especially when you're looking for somebody who might be out in the elements. The longer it takes to find somebody, the more we worry that we may not find them alive.
But then everything changed when they found her car.
I was able to locate her on a slope below her vehicle. And obviously with the pouring rain and the cold temperatures, it was extremely urgent that we get her out of there.
Having to harness up and rappel down the slope, the team was able to get her up onto stable ground where she could be assessed. Gerardo was showing signs of severe hypothermia and was taken out of the woods, where an ambulance then took her to the hospital. She's now out of the hospital and recovering with her family.
There was nothing in this world better than to be able to be part of the search for her, be able to help take care of her when she had been found.
Now, coming up on KZI 9 News at 6, I'll show you what search and rescue officials say is the best course of action in the event that you either get lost or stranded. Reporting near Lowell, Noah Chavez, KZI 9 News.
Today is the last day to donate to our annual holiday toy drive. Right now, you're looking at just some of your generous donations that are going to help local kids here in Southern Oregon and Northern California. This good boy right here, he's my favorite. We've partnered with Grange Co-op and U.S. Cellular to put on our holiday toy drive, but we still need your help to make sure every kid gets some holiday cheer this year. All you have to do is drop off new unwrapped gifts at any Grange Co-op or U.S. Cellular location in our area. Your donations stay local and support the Children's Advocacy Center of Jackson County and CASA of Southern Oregon and Siskiyou County. Again, today is your last day to donate. Just head to our website, kdrv.com, for a list of locations where you can make those donations, or you can make a donation online. And we want to say thank you again for all your support and generosity in this year's holiday toy drive.
Now, your first forecast.
Good Sunday evening, meteorologist Holton LaCroix here. The wet and breezy conditions are only set to continue, at least for the first half of the work week. By the second half, we are expecting some drier conditions, but that doesn't necessarily mean a whole lot of sunlight. Now, timing things out through the course of tonight, you can see the steadier rain making its way in from the Oregon coast. I will say mainly after midnight or so, that's when you're going to start to hear the heavier rainfall across areas of Josephine County. And notice the blue. That is snow. Snow levels around 3,000 feet expected across area passes. But again, we are expecting generally light accumulations. Heavier snowfall is going to hold off until Monday across areas of Mount Shasta. But you can see these temperatures are going to be cold out toward the east side. 37 in Klamath Falls, about 52 in Brookings, and across the Rogue Valley. On again, off again, rain expected for tomorrow with temperatures about 45 degrees.
Mount Shasta is showing off just how much snow they're seeing. Take a look at this. This is a coating of snow that they got over this weekend. They're asking skiers to go in groups, stay out of closed areas, and to be careful. All the extra snow and high wind means a higher chance of avalanches. But Mount Shasta saw more than just snow this weekend. Santa and Mrs. Claus made their appearance last night as the Mount Shasta Volunteer Firemen's Association presented Santa's Sleigh 2024. The Mount Shasta Fire Department wishes happy holidays to everyone. And with Mount Ashland also seeing quite the snowfall this weekend, it was a perfect time for the opening of their brand new Lithia Chair lift. The new lift creates even more access to the mountain for skiers and snowboarders of all skill levels. It also creates a designated area for elementary and middle school teams to race. The mountain says they're nothing but excited to see it opening.
It's going to be a great day here on the mountain. We're going to have 5 lifts running today. Sonnet, Lithia, Comer, Windsor, and First Act. Lithia opens today. It's a powder day. I'll see you on the mountain.
Mount Ashland has been known to attract more experienced skiers with more difficult runs. They're focusing on attracting all levels of skiers with things like this new lift, but it has plans to expand to easier terrain soon. Mount Ashland says the new chair has been years in the making. And today, the Ashland Abundance Swap made its return. The event is all about the spirit of giving. Participants brought items from their homes to the historic Ashland Armory. There, they could swap with others, with hundreds of people gathering to participate. Many went home with something new. And some of our favorite foods, cookies, muffins, and cake, well, they all need flour, and a local mill produced about 800 pounds of it today, with all the proceeds going to a great cause. It used to run as a consistent business, but now runs as a nonprofit, educating the community on Southern Oregon history. They spent the day grinding the wheels, making flour for court-appointed special advocates, or CASA. That's an organization that works to be the eyes and ears of children in the court system, advocating for their best interest.
Any money we raise going forward after expenses, we want to put back into the community for education, for good causes like CASA, whatever we can do.
Butte Creek Mill says this calling to be philanthropic comes after the mill burned down in 2015, then being revitalized by the community, now being run by volunteers and serving to be an integral part of the Rogue Valley's history. And happening now with the wintry and cold conditions we're seeing and overnight lows dropping, the downtown Medford warming shelter is open. The shelter is located at 332 West 6th Street, opened its doors at 5:30 tonight, and they'll be open until tomorrow morning at 8:30 a.m. For more details on the shelter, you can head to our website, kdrv.com. And if you're looking to get out and see some Christmas lights, the Jacksonville Holiday Trolley Lights Tour is adding an additional tour due to popularity. The 45-minute tour takes visitors through the historic streets of Jacksonville and all to see the festive lights. The additional van travels the same route and can hold 10 passengers. Cocoa and coffee are available for purchase before the ride. Tickets could be found on christmasinjacksonville.com. And NewsWatch 12 is inviting you to join in on our annual Stuff the Truck campaign with Ray's Food Place stores. In the spirit of giving, we're working to stuff a truck this holiday season with your food donations, and there are just 9 days left to donate. Currently, we're just a few hundred bags away from our goal of 5,500 bags of groceries for local families in need. You can donate at any Ray's Food Place store for a prepackaged bag of groceries for $25. Then we take care of the rest. You can also donate in other amounts online at our website, kdrv.com. And looking ahead to tomorrow, the 173rd Fighter Wing will be conducting night flying from Monday through Wednesday. Operations will take place between 5 p.m. and 11 p.m. on those days. Residents will likely hear flights taking off and landing at Kingsley Field, but much of the flying will be in the airspace east of Lakeview. Flights will last approximately an hour and a half each.